Thought it's just good to be back on the field today. I don't, there was just like any first, iteration of practice. There were good plays and bad plays and sloppiness, but it was fun to get out. I thought the team had a good spirit, and we got a long way to go, but I'm excited for the journey. So I'm happy to open up for questions.
Starting a little bit later than you normally have, being able to get some more football work in before the actually starts, and in the weight room, just what has that transition been like with a little bit more later start?
The focus for us was 8 weeks of training, so and in the weight room, strength and conditioning training, and I feel like we are better positioned now physically than we've been because of that, and that's that first 8 weeks with Coach Steiner is the first training segment, so it's kind of building the foundation. But that's the reason we pushed back start. We were able to get in the last 2 weeks some OTA work, which I thought was helpful just in terms of setting baseline systems, but you really can't replicate practice, and so we're going to be a little rusty here, and again with the newness and new players, new systems on both sides of the ball. It's just going to take some time to let it settle, but I love where we are right now physically.
What's it been like in practice so far with you, mostly with the defense, and just kind of letting Tim and Jerry and the rest of the offensive staff just do their thing?
I intentionally wanted to have experience on that side of the ball. I think having two guys over there that have been head coaches is helpful to me and allows me to focus on getting the defense developed. I've got to be careful to not to not ignore the offense altogether. I need to make sure that I'm engaged with those players and aware of what's going on. But certainly I appreciate the trust I have in Tim and Jerry as well, that they're doing the things they need to do and handling it the right way.
Notice the terminology defensively has changed a little bit. Schematically, though, what changes could fans be looking for? I know we're a long way away, but so far in the spring.
Well, we're gonna revert back to some of the things that I've known and done and I'm comfortable with. But I think also the goal for me is evolving the package forward too. So there's going to be a lot of changes, and whether those are, the fan's eye can pick it up or not, whether it's leverages or the way we're playing or the way we're communicating, the way we're signaling. Those are things that are going to adjust for us to just put our defense in better positions to be successful. We're not going to always line up and win the matchups. It's just not who we are right now. But that doesn't mean we have to concede space and give up explosive plays. So it's we have a chance to be a really strong unit. It's just going to take a lot of work, but we've had a good start here just in terms of me getting back on the horse, and I'm excited. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I think the players feel that.
Is it like working with such a high volume of roster? Is it almost like first year?
Maybe not that extreme. It's challenging. I think that we've done a nice job in selecting the additions. I think in some ways you can look at turnover as a positive thing for us, because with the COVID year and the 6 years, and just I think there still needs to be this mindset shift internally, and turning the roster over helps with that. We have to be really focused on who we bring in, make sure that they see the vision that we have for our success, and I believe that most of the players that we brought in see the vision, they're going after it, and that way, we get acclimated pretty quickly. But I think when you look at how we practice or how we train, or some of the things that define us foundationally as a program, that does take adjustment. We're a couple months in now, and I think pretty much everybody has a routine.
How do you want to see the quarterback competition play out this spring?
Well, we need to give it room to breathe. I want those guys to make mistakes and be competitive and run the offense, and I just think this is gonna need to take some time. We're gonna add people in the summer too. I don't feel the need to have a starter before we're lining up to play Virginia Tech, and there are certain things that we need to be doing at that position, namely protecting the football. that is going to be our focus and our priority. You look at the middle of our season a year ago, and the rate of turnover in both offense and on special teams was debilitating to our performance. And we need to be really clear about who we are and who we're not. We're not good enough to go out and not win in special teams. We're not good enough to go out and turn the ball over and expect to win. We have everything we need to win every game we play, but we have to be so clear on our identity and what that process, what that plan to win is. We will make the quarterback live at times this spring. I think that's really important, particularly with guys that we feel like are mobile and can make plays with their legs. We'll pick and choose moments to do that, and that'll be a part of that competition too. So we're going to play the long game on that. Again, when you're talking about bringing everyone up in a new system, they need time to make mistakes, to figure it out. Again, the chance to see them live too, and how they can create with their legs. All that will go into it, but I don't plan on making any kind of decision until we have to.
What time you mentioned the system? What type of a system should Vandy fans expect to see on that side?
Well, one of the great advantages we have right now is that we don't want to reveal too much. I think what I'll say is that and Tim and his career has been creative. We know that having someone that can extend drives, that can make plays with their legs is important. I think that was a facet of our offense that was missing a year ago. I think if I look back at 22, I would say that we at times struggled to get the ball out on the perimeter, throwing it. But we had mobility at the quarterback spot that I think was impactful, particularly in our SEC wins. So the formula for us is to be athletic and mobile, to allow that position to create some, but also package that with the ability to get the ball on the perimeter and use our receiver skill as well.
Is it a two-man race there at the quarterback position?
No, it's all comers. We're not going to narrow it down. I mean, I think obviously with Nate and Blaze and Drew, you got three guys that are going to compete through the spring. And then we're going to add a couple of freshmen and add a transfer to that mix, and I don't think any one of them is going to want to concede. So for us, what we'll have to do is, coming out of spring, is look at the fall and manage reps and kind of have an idea of where we want to prepare and who we want to prepare. But we'll keep it open to whoever performs at a level that we feel like can help us win.